Welcome to my first attempt at recording some jewelry making. I am going to attempt to make a snake gold wire cross necklace. I'm going to start by grabbing my measuring board and measuring out 20 inches for the chain. I use 20 inches for most of my necklaces, unless it's something I want specifically to be a long necklace, like a costume jewelry piece, because 20 inches seems to be a pretty safe length for getting past collars or just giving you enough length that it doesn't feel like it's choking you. Okay, now that we've got that measured, I'll get the board out of the way. I do have a few other miscellaneous things on my mat just because I haven't taken the time to put them all away, but the cross is the one that's in the middle. I am going to start by attaching the clamps to each end, and then we'll put some jump rings on each of those and then a clasp to attach it. This is a pretty simple necklace, not a lot of steps, just a nice, simple, easy necklace. Mostly because this is my first attempt recording it and I didn't want to attempt something too difficult and then have to try to explain it as I go. I just started doing jewelry about a year ago, so I'm still new to a lot of things. There's probably better ways to do things, nicer ways to do things that I'm still figuring out. But each time I do a project, I get a little bit better at doing it. This is my first attempt at using this gold snake wire, but it has been something that I wanted to try for a long time. So I stuck it on my wish list in hopes that someone would get it for me, and my loving husband did. And the cross charm that we're going to use is something he put in my stocking. So, very Christmas gift piece today. So right now I am trying to clamp the end onto the rope so that I can put the jump ring on it. It took me a couple tries, but it is nice and secure now. And a little bit of tug here in just a minute, and you'll be able to see that it doesn't come off. Now that it is secure, I am going to grab my jump ring piece that I am in love with, and then I will, if I can get a hold of it, I will open the jump ring up and attach it to the end of the necklace. I am a huge fan of these rings. I didn't even know they existed until they came with some of the jump rings I ordered early last year when I first started doing this, and I do not work without them. I just feel lost if I don't take the time to put one on. So now that this clasp is on and we get the kinks out of it, I am going to put the charm on. Not that you can't put it on later, but this way I don't have to open up the jump ring that came already attached to this pendant. And then I personally always put the clasp on the right side so that my right hand is what is opening and closing it. I don't know that there's necessarily a right or a wrong way, but that is my preference, so that's what I've always done. Again, the end piece is a little bit tricky to get on there, so it takes me a few tries every time I do this. But once it's on there and clamped in tight, we are almost finished. Like I said, every time I do it, it gets a little bit easier. So this one is nice and secure now. And then we just have to add the jump ring to it and the necklace is complete. Once the jump ring is closed, I like to take my pliers and make sure that it is really tight and matches up. I don't like it when they overlap, but at the same time, I don't want it to come apart. And that's all there is to it. This one is done. I am absolutely in love with this charm. I will post this on my Etsy shop, so I will put the link in the description for this video. And all the other necklaces I have pictured are either already up on my shop page or they will be shortly. So if any of those interest you, feel free to browse the shop.